everybody, welcome to my channel. I wanted to do an end of May tour of my raised bed, container, and grow bag garden here in New Jersey. So over here on this side of my deck, I have 4 different types of tomatoes growing. I do have multiple plants in a couple of these that I have to thin out. So I'm gonna hopefully find somebody that can use them. And yep, so that has 1 plant. This one has 2 plants. This one has 2 plants, but I don't know. They don't look like they're the same plant to me, so I don't know what's what there. And then this one has 5 tomato plants in it. So yeah, So those are Sun Gold, which are small cherry tomatoes that are a beautiful yellow. These are Chef Choice Black. They're medium size tomato, and that's my favorite. Then we have Super Sweet 100s, which are cherry tomatoes in red. And then I'm growing this for the first time. It is the small red cherry tomato, so I will see how that goes. Now let's go over here. And it's very windy. It's, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And okay, so over here I have tomatoes and peas. So in here I have sugar snap peas. Here is a Chef Choice black tomato plant. More snap peas, sugar snap peas, more sugar snap peas. And this one I got a volunteer sunflower growing, which I had to tie up because it was kind of like leaning over. We've had a lot of rain, and I think the rain is kind of it's making these struggle. This is the Sun Gold tomato. These are more no, these are Lincoln peas in here. This is a beefsteak tomato plant, which the top broke off, so I'm trying to save that one. And then these are green arrow peas. Now, I direct sow into the raised beds, the bags, and the containers. So I do not start the plants prior to having them outdoors. Yeah, so, you know, my plants I think are a little smaller than most people at this point in time, but that is a-okay. That's how I enjoy doing it. So in this raised bed, which I've had for 3 years now, and I love it, there's like everything in here. So I have nasturtiums. I have, I think, those white flowers, I think are Shasta daisies. I think I have 2 3-foot tall marigolds in here from last year. Didn't mean to have those, but they're there. Back here, see the small plant in the back there? That's dianthus growing. And I even have a little bit of lettuce. I remember I had a couple lettuce seeds that I didn't have a place to plant, and I threw them in there. Yeah, and I've been eating the lettuce, so it's good. And then over here is parsley, which I have harvested a couple times already. Down here is cilantro. I'm getting ready to harvest the cilantro soon. It's growing really well. Last year I couldn't grow it at all, so I'm happy with that. In this container I have chives, which I've cut back twice already. And this I think is a lemon basil. Also a volunteer, did not plant that. I hope you can hear me okay, because that wind is really, the trees are making a lot of noise, you know, with all the leaves on them. This is Chinese maple. that when I took this container out of my back shed after the winter, it was growing in there, and I'm going to try to grow a tree. Yep, why not, right? Over here, this is a marshmallow plant. Will grow to be several feet tall, and that is an herb with medicinal qualities to it. Those two are carrots, two different kinds of carrots. Let's see. And here, this is another tomato plant, super sweet 100s. This is a tomato plant. That's the Chef Choice Black, my favorite one. Yeah, I counted this morning all of the tomato plants that I have, and I have 28 plus tomato plants, so I need to be giving a lot away. I think last year I had 18. Yeah. Ugh. Okay, so in this bed, I have romaine lettuce, which is looking beautiful. So it's my first year growing that. I have green beans growing on this side, so they're doing okay. I planted around the edges there some dwarf zinnia just the other day, so nothing coming up there. I have 2 sunflowers here. That little plant is a beefsteak tomato plant, and I had put some carrot seeds in here at one point that didn't seem to want to grow, but now there's a few popping up. The reason I have this for my water on top is because it literally keeps out the animals, and it works amazingly so. Now this little guy right here, my ceramic cockatoo, is protecting my lettuce. So this is my loose leaf lettuce. I have harvested it a couple times, no, 3 times already. And tomorrow morning I'll come out and I'll harvest some more. I wash it, dry it, put it in my fridge, and then I'll have it for dinner tomorrow night. These are my 15 elephant garlic plants, and the garlic scapes are growing at this point. So yeah, so maybe mid-July I'll be able to harvest the garlic and plant, then I can plant something else there. Over here I have lemon basil. I have 2 in here. I'll leave those in there. And then over here is a raspberry bush. This is the only plant that is not from seed from me. And there are raspberries growing. They're not red, so, but let me see if I can show you. Where's my finger? Ah, see right here? That's a raspberry. See it? And there's a bunch of them. So it looks like I'm going to get raspberries. Yay! And I have it in a container, and I'm going to leave it in the container because it's happy there. Yep. Over here, I have Chadwick cherry tomatoes. There's 4 plants in there, so that's going to have to get separated out as well. I only want 1 plant in there. All right, so now I'm going to go over here. So I have 2 raised beds, which are new this year, and all these pots. So far this year I have, I don't know, I think I counted 35 pots, where last year I had, I don't know, at least 45. So by having the extra beds, it's reducing the pots that I need. But over here I have growing dahlias from seeds from last year, and calendula from seeds from last year. And then here for the first time I'm growing hibiscus. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to separate these out a little bit because I know those grow big. These are tall marigolds from seeds from last year. Over here is chamomile. It's not growing the best, but there's a little bit coming up, so I'll see what happens. And over here, this is lemon balm. I have put seeds in it twice, and I got nothing. So I don't know if it's the seeds I have or if it's me. I don't know. Back here, I have 3 containers. I know it's very sunny, sorry, I can't help that. 3 basils, right? So I have Italian large leaf, I have Genovese, and I have lemon. These went bonkers today. They just like grew exponentially today. I can only have at the max 2 in there, so those have to be taken out as well. Over here I have some mini marigolds. Sorry, couldn't think of the name. These are dwarf white cosmos, growing beautifully, really growing very well. And then these are poppy plants, and they're actually growing pretty well. Last year those would not grow for me. Then over here, let me try to get out of the sun. Those 3 pots have probably 6 or 7 different kinds of sunflowers in them. And for whatever reason, 2 of the sunflowers over here were really bending over, and I think it has to do with the rain that we've been getting. So I actually put, those are actually dried stems from my sunflowers last year, but they make, I saved them in my back shed over the winter, and I have the sunflowers from this year tied up to it. Well, 2 of them anyway, that I was having difficulty with. Okay, so let me go this way. So over here, I'm going to tell you right now, the reason why I have a birdhouse in the middle of my bed is because something destroyed 2 of my sunflowers and dug out a 3rd. And so I put this over it, so to give my plants, my sunflowers, a chance to grow. I think it's a squirrel, I don't know what it is, but it ruined 2 of my sunflower plants, and the other one that's like laying on the ground, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna grow or not. But in this bed, around the edges, I have nasturtium. I have sun-bright peppers, sweet peppers. They didn't germinate yet. I had to just put more seeds in there because they should have germinated and they never did, so I'm trying again. And then I have, let me see if I can go up close here. It's very hard when you're doing this. You see that purple? That's a purple opal basil. I have 3 of them growing here. Here's another one. Yep. And this little nasturtium he got down there all by himself. I didn't plant that there. And then I have dill growing here as well. And then over here I have more nasturtium around the edges of the bed. I have chocolate peppers, sweet peppers, coming up over here. And then I have like 5 or 6 little tiny Tim tomato plants, which are determinate, which means they're more of like a bush kind of tomato plant. But I only really want 2, probably just 2 in here, so I have to take a bunch of those out as well. Then over here in this bed, I have on both ends, I have alyssum growing, and they're just starting to get some flowers, little white flowers, super cute, super cute. This is a Chef Choice black tomato plant, which is my favorite tomato. And in here, so I have onions over here. You can see them growing, right? And the onions really didn't grow over here, so I threw in some dill seeds. Yeah, so I just like have a mixture of stuff there. I have some sunflowers These are pink cosmos that are going to be 3 feet tall. So just gorgeous. More romaine lettuce. I was supposed to have 2 rows of it, but only 3 of them are growing. So I just put in, I don't know, a week or so ago, some more loose leaf lettuce, a different kind, and you can see that they have germinated. And then this tomato plant, which is my biggest at this point, is a sun gold tomato plant, which last year I literally got hundreds of tomatoes from my sun gold tomato plant last year. So that is it. That's what I got so far. So I'm loving it. Every day I spend time out here. I come out at least 3 times a day and just kind of enjoy the garden. And if I need to water, I water. If I don't need to water, it doesn't matter. I still come out here and just kind of play around and just enjoy being outside with my hands in the dirt, making sure my plants haven't been pulled out by some animal. Oh, and the pea plants, for the most part, will grow taller than my deck railing, like way over 12 feet. So yeah, it'll be interesting. That's what they did last year. So yep, so that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you are growing a garden as well. And thank you so much for being here. And I'll probably be back next month with another tour. All right, thanks so much, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.